Okay, so welcome everybody to this final event of ProBleu for the funded schools. My name is Eli Bonfil and I'm the technical coordinator of ProBleu, and I want to welcome you on the session. Also, there are some of my colleagues from ProBleu here with me that will be the speakers of the session. Gennady Lesin from Plymouth Marine Laboratory that will talk about the catalog of educational resources. Egle Vutkeviciene, that is from the Kaunas University of Technology, and she will talk about the surveys that we did to assess your knowledge about the ocean and the water. Aisha Nankanja from Earthwatch that will talk about the pipeline and the roadmap that we prepare for you for schools. And also my colleague Mary Turo, which is from the Institute of Marine Sciences, as me, that will be helping us with the chat.
And Anna and Luigi are also here as extra support from ProBleu. Anna, who has been managing all your data and paperwork regarding the grants because it's from Innova Mais, and Luigi, who is the coordinator, also from Earthwatch.
Thank you, Mary. As I lost the screen and I don't see your faces and your names, I only see my screen. Okay, so in this session we will talk about the projects that we have funded. We will show you the web page that we have created. We will talk about how ProBleu is linked to citizen science. We will explain you how it's the catalog of educational resources and how to use it if you have not used it before. We will introduce you to this pipeline and the roadmaps for schools that we have prepared to help you, to support you. We will explain you the results that we had from the surveys that we did this last month. And then we will talk a little bit about our sister projects and the connection with them and about the European Network of Blue Schools. So first of all, I remind you a little bit what's ProBleu. ProBleu, it's a European project, as you know. Our goals were, first of all, to mobilize and engage students and schools in relation to water and ocean, because we are working under a mission of the European Commission that is restore our ocean and waters by 2030. We want to promote the sense of stewardship between your students because we want to connect them with the aquatic environments that are around the school, that are in your cities, in your village, and also try to grow the network of European Blue Schools and support the schools on bringing ocean and water literacy into the classroom. And last but not least, supporting you with this funding that you receive over these 4 calls that we have done during these last 3 years. The bad news is that ProBleu is ending. This is our last month. In fact, it's the last 10 days of the project because it was a 3 years project. And during this time, we funded 111 Blue schools, 11 in the first call, 35 in the second call, 33 in the third, and 32 in the fourth call. And we reached 44 countries. So we are very happy because now you are like lighthouses in your countries that should spread the word about what's a Blue school, about water and ocean literacy. So we want that you can inspire your colleagues, the other schools that are in your country. Okay, so you are part of the legacy of ProBleu, no? And we hope that you can spread this legacy around you. I don't know if you have checked the website, but we have a dedicated page in the section of funding calls and ProBleu-funded school projects, where you will find all the projects that we have funded. So if you have not checked it, look for you and you will see your project. And you go into this link, you will go directly to this page, and you will see all the examples of the projects that we funded. This is an example, for example, of this school, Drosha, in Cyprus. You will find of every school some pictures to showcase what you did, the objective of your project, which activities and collaborations you did, also the outputs that you produce during your project, and the expected impact or the impact that you are having with your projects. So sometimes it's nice to check what other schools are doing to get inspired and try to innovate in our project, because when we funded you, we expected that you can do the project during the following years. This is the idea of our funding, that you use this funding to buy the things needed to train yourself and develop the educational materials and resources that you need to continue working on ocean and water literacy in the future years without this funding. So I recommend you to go into this section and check a little bit, or maybe look for schools to collaborate, because there are a lot of schools that are doing similar projects. So maybe you can do some collaborations and start projects together. As I told you, in ProBleu we have a close link with citizen science. This is one of the things that we want to promote, or we wanted to promote during our project. If you are not very familiar with citizen science, this kind of umbrella, where you find the different ways of engaging, of participating as a citizen in science in collaboration with scientists. Because of this, it's also known as participatory science. And the best is that you provide data through your experience. You go to the field and you collect data to researchers, and that you can facilitate to researchers. But also, when you are collecting this data, maybe you have questions that you can share with the scientists and help science to advance. And also, you can be part of this evolution of the science. You can be like co-creators. One of the best things for us of citizen science is that when you are a volunteer participating on this kind of projects, you get new knowledge, you learn during the process, and this is one of the best things that you learn. Or maybe you get new skills because you do participate in some kind of experiments or surveys. And also it connects you to science. You understand better how is the work of a scientist, why it is important to do science and to invest on science. And also it's a good way to engage your students, to motivate them. And also this data, this participation help us to improve the conservation of or the protection of our ecosystems. It gives us data to change policy, for example. We obtain new data, new scientific data that can help us to better understand what's happening in our planet. So it's very, very important, the collaboration of the citizenship into science, thanks to the citizen science. What we have there? So sorry, but we have our different observatories of citizen science. Maybe you know some of them because some of you have used several observatories like this. They are different platforms that offer different tools to help us to be involved in this in science. And we think that this kind of platforms can be very useful for teachers as an educational tool, because some of them, or most of them, are very flexible. You can adapt them to your educational needs and are easy to be managed by teachers, but also easy to be used by your students. Participating in these observatories or collaborating with them.
I think someone just forgot to mute the microphone.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, thank you. I can unmute. So collaborating with this observatory is opportunity for students, no? Because they feel as scientists during this service, during these activities. Sometimes this can make them think on being scientists in the future. This can help us to improve the careers related to science, no? Because when they feel what it's being a scientist, maybe they say, okay, this is nice. I can imagine myself being working as this. And also it's a good way to empower your students, no? To engage them to be active. If they are worried about what's happening in our planet, about conservation, they can be active, they can do something, and this is a good way. In ProBleu, we have done several educational materials related to citizen science. We've done a workshop. If you remember, we did an online workshop about citizen science with the Minka platform. Yeah, you will find a bundle in our catalog related to freshwater citizen science. You will find a video in YouTube that is talking about how to do a bio-bridge. It's a kind of event of monitoring by marine or aquatic biodiversity thanks to citizen science. So we've done several materials regarding to this to help you, but also a lot of you have created your own citizen science materials that you uploaded in the catalog. So in the project, we have a lot of resources that can be very useful for you. And one of these resources is related to Minka. It's one of the platforms that we want to promote. It's a citizen science observatory that it's very linked to open schooling. As you know, open schooling is this kind of pedagogical approach that connects schools with the community. And you can use platforms like Minka, for example, to connect your projects with this community. If you don't know the platform, you can go into this website, Minka SDG, because it's an observatory, a platform that it's focus or it's linked to the Sustainable Development Goals. It's addressing the Sustainable Development Goals. You can find the platform as a website, but also as an app. If you read the QR code, you can go into it. This platform, the goal is to monitor mostly marine biodiversity, but also some kind of environmental parameters like debris or water temperature. Okay, and the best is that it's available in 12 different languages. The website, 8 the app. So for sure you will find your language in this app. We know that it's something important for schools to have the resources, the tools in our own language, to use it easily. So we recommend you to go a little bit into Minka world and try to see the opportunities that you have with this platform. The idea is that it's a kind of observatory where people go to the field, take pictures of biodiversity, and these pictures can be uploaded in the platform. And the platform offers you the possibility to identify these species. So this is a good way to start with your students learning a little bit of identification of the biodiversity that we have around our school. And one of the best things is that it's not needed to know the scientific name of the species. Maybe if you know the common name, you can write the common name, or maybe you don't know that this name, but you know that this is an algae, or you know that this is a plant, or that this is a fish. So you can try to identify as much as you can the species. So it's a good way to start learning a little bit more about biodiversity. And the platform also offers the possibility to interact with the community and learn from others. For example, you can write message to somebody and ask them, oh, why you said that this species is that? Or where do you find this species? I would like to see it. So it's a good way to connect with the community. And now in Minca, we find more than 2,000 different species and more than 2,000 observers. So there's a lot of people uploading pictures in this platform that can be a very good tool for you. And we are working also to adapt Minca to schools with the kind of special users only for the schools, where teachers can manage their students into the platform, and you can evaluate your students' progress on the platform, how they engage with the platform, and how they participate. One of the nice things of Minca is that you can create your own school project. For example, here you have several examples of schools that created their projects. You can see primary schools, secondary schools, vocational schools. So from different ages, they create their aquatic biodiversity projects. This is about the sea, the first one. They are collecting pictures of plankton in the beaches near to the school. The second one is about a dry river. They are collecting pictures of plants and insects that are in this river. And the third one is a school that is working on marine and freshwater ecosystems. So they are uploading pictures when they go out to the field with their students, but also when their students are on weekends enjoying in the nature, they also upload the pictures on these projects. So at the end, they have like a big list, as you can see, of the species that are in these places, in these in these beaches, in these rivers where they are working. You have a list of species, the most observed species, but also you have a list of the participants who is more engaged to upload pictures and who is better to identifying or to finding different species. But also you can participate in common challenges in Minca. This is an example of Greece. There is a European project called Arsinoe, where a lot of schools in Greece participated with their pictures of biodiversity around their schools, and there are like rankings of which are the schools that are uploading more observations, more species, or which school has more observers participating in the challenge. So the platform has different opportunities for you. We created 2 different teaching units regarding to Minca that are called Exploring Our Blue Schools Aquatic Ecosystems through Citizen Science with Minca. One is for primary school from year 6 and 7, and the other one is for secondary school, year 8 and 9. And you will find like the teaching unit, but also a presentation. And with this teaching unit, you can introduce what's the citizen science to your students. Also, what's what is the aquatic biodiversity in your area, and also introduce them on how to monitor marine biodiversity and how to protect this marine biodiversity and disseminate it. So you will find it in the catalog of educational resources, and I hope you enjoy it and you can promote more activities in the field with your students to better know their area. And now I give the floor to my colleague, Gennady.
Hi, everyone. And so I will speak a little bit about our catalog of teaching aids that most of you, I believe, are familiar with, and you have used it. And I hope also uploaded your teaching materials from your projects. And if you have not done so yet, then you are either planning to do so, or if you are interested how to do that practically, then get in touch with us and we will help you to upload your slides and any of the teaching materials on ocean and water literacy that you have created. So the catalog was launched in December 2024. Since that time, it has grown a lot and became quite well known and used, and has been recognized by UNESCO as one of those activities that contributes to the global growth of ocean and water literacy. So you can use all of the materials that are already there. We have quite a lot. You can upload your own. We are able to host any content like slides, spreadsheets, worksheets. We prefer editable content. Why editable? Because catalog has capability to translate all of the material which is provided in editable format to 24 official EU languages. So it's all about inclusivity and accessibility. So if you create material in any of these 24 official languages, then it will be translated to all the others. But if you have non-editable materials like PDF, then you can also upload it. The only difference, it will not be translated. It will only be available in the form that you created it. And so this content can be all combined into what we call resource bundles, collections of materials on a certain topic that can include any combination of these slides, spreadsheets, web links, videos, and so on. So any topic, any teaching goal, or they can be also classified by age of students it's aimed for, and it is mainly aimed at teachers. So these bundles are for teachers. So when anyone creates them, downloads them, these help you to create lesson plans that is tailored for your specific needs. And so the catalog is free for everyone, always has been free and will stay free. The only thing is that anyone who wishes to upload materials needs to register so we know who you are. And that means also that we can get in touch and communicate about your materials and you can get help. So the address is probleu.pml.space. And next slide, please. Initially, we created this catalog for ProBleu schools. So schools that are funded by ProBleu project are able to share their materials and support all other schools. So it's all about communication and sharing your passion and skills for ocean literacy. But it is actually open to any school, and it's also open to environmental educational organizations, NGOs who are working on conservation, on communication of ocean problems, issues, and science, and all of them can upload their materials. Currently, we have about 140 lesson plans or resource bundles that you can access and use and modify. We have almost 900 individual slides and many more worksheets that include quizzes, for example, different types of tests and PDF documents. And we have 3 dynamic models that we created for the catalog, and they include teaching guides. So you can also read through the guides and implement those models. And here are 3 quick examples. And all of these examples are focused on inclusivity and accessibility. So on the left is a teaching guide on ecosystem modeling created by research scientists, but aimed at teachers. So it tells you how to implement ecosystem modeling, what it is. In the middle is one slide from a quiz that was created by a school in UK. They visited a museum and had a workshop on marine animals, and so they shared the experience. So you can read all about it and also use the quiz that they created in your schools. And on the right is an example of teaching resource created by a school from Portugal. But as you can see, it's available in Polish, and that's example of the translation. So children in Poland can connect to children in Portugal and learn about environment in a different country, which environment which is quite different from the one they are familiar with. So next slide, please. Thank you. So one of the goals in ProBleu for us was to connect classrooms around Europe and beyond Europe with real scientists and real scientific research. And to support that, we've created what we call ProBleu Science Stories. These are special kinds of collection or resource bundles of materials where real scientific issues, real research is introduced by real scientists. So we have so far 7 of these science stories where each of these is focused on different topic or issue in ocean or fresh waters. Each of them features probably more than one scientist, and not only scientists, because we have, for example, the resource on impact of farming on water chemistry. So it features real farmers who are talking about their problems, and the discussion is going on about how to reconcile the needs of farmers or real people talking about real problems that are related to the environment. And one of these science stories was actually filmed in New Zealand, so we can also learn something about the environment, which is quite remote from any of the European schools, and about how they are protecting their rivers. And on the right of this slide, you can see some of the examples. So these science stories include interviews or short presentations from real scientists. We have animations, quizzes, and games. And so, again, you can use these science stories as a whole, or you can just take whatever you find useful for your lessons. And next, please. So this is example of one science story of one topic that we have developed, and we had an aim to introduce ecosystem modeling to the teachers and classrooms. Ecosystem modeling is not something that is widely used in education below university level, but we believe that it can be used, and it's a very powerful method. The question is how to demystify it and to show that it is accessible method. And so we need to train teachers and let them know and understand what it is. So we created science story on ecosystem modeling. On the left, you can see snapshots of a video where ecosystem modeling is explained in very simple terms. And we have also, of course, slides which show how to construct simple conceptual models that then are implemented in computer software, so you can run the models and see in real time how the system evolves. And it is especially useful to learn about those issues and phenomena that are hard to see in a laboratory or in the field, that happen over a long time, or which happen in microscopic scales. For example, ocean acidification. It's not so easy to explain it just with words, but ecosystem modeling really helps to understand this issue. We have also created a tool which is available through the catalog, this Ocean Explorer tool, which uses outputs of real research models, the models that are contributing to operational services, Copernicus operational services of European Commission. So you can click on a dot. You can see dots in green, and you will have a file downloaded where you can look at time series of different parameters in the past or predictions for the future. And so you can use them, for example, in math lesson to look at means and standard deviations, or you can compare how the future climate will impact temperatures and chlorophyll in different areas. So this is example from Baltic Sea, but we have also Black Sea, North Sea, and the Mediterranean Sea that you can choose in the drop-down menu. And on the right are the teaching guides that we created that are focused on 3 different environmental issues: eutrophication, temperature rise, climate change, and ocean acidification. And they walk you through the creation of a model from scratch and explain how all of these models can be, all of these issues can be explored using these simple models. So all of these are freely available on Zenodo, and we have links and they can be downloaded and you can use them. And next one is something quite different, is about the power of art. We all recognize that art has a big, huge potential to connect us to any topic we explore. So, of course, it's very powerful to connect us to the environment and to the ocean. So for the science story on climate change, we have created a series of illustrations. So Meryl Hopper from Plymouth Marine Laboratory has created these illustrations. And we made a book for children. And you can see there a snapshot of a video where Meryl is reading the story from this book that she illustrated herself. This video is available on ProBleu YouTube channel. And we have also printed a book so she can read it out in the video. And it has been so successful that we have decided to print also a physical copy version of this book that will be soon available. And the final slide for me is, so we are approaching an end of the project. So what will happen to the catalog? Of course, it already contains wealth of resources, and we are committed to keeping the catalog open. So it's not going to be closed. It does not disappear. It remains open and available to everyone. So please continue to use it. We want to see more of your wonderful teaching resources. We have also secured some funding from a different new European project that will create new materials on marine pollutants, and the materials will be shared in the catalog. So you can certainly expect that there will be more materials added in the future. And if you are interested to learn more about catalog capabilities, or if anyone has any ideas of how to develop this catalog in the future, add maybe new features, or you have an idea for a new project that will benefit from this catalog, then get in touch with us. You can contact us through the catalog itself. through the Contact Us form that you can find in the top menu of the catalog. So if you have any questions, then get in touch, or if you have any immediate questions, then write them in the chat.
Thank you, Gennady. We give the floor to our colleague Aisha.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Eli and previous presenter, Gennady. Dear everyone, my name is Aisha. I'm from Earthwatch, and I'll be presenting the ProBleu pipeline and roadmap for schools. So basically, during the ProBleu project, which we've worked with you, we developed a strategic roadmap for ocean and water literacy integration. And the strategic purpose for this was to serve as a detailed roadmap for all project activities and establish a procedure for supporting schools to join the network of European Blue Schools. And this design was designed to guide schools through accreditation and reduce procedural barriers and maximize project impact. So initially, the process for applying to be a Blue School had 9 steps, from creating an EU logo to requesting access to the community, to the European Blue Schools. You fill in the online application form. The application form gets reviewed, and after you have to alter the project to match the minimum requirements of the NEBS. Therefore, it goes to the stage of approval, where you receive a certification for 1 school year. After that, on stage 7, there is a creation of project web page, and then access to all projects, resources, forum, and training. And then 9, you provide an update during and after the project. So what we did, we also, this was an easy process out there for our schools in the network or even outside the network to access, but we even made it much easier, where we provided the ProBleu value proposition canvas, where we identified the gains for the teachers to join the network of European Blue Schools, but also identified the pains and job to be done, where the gains are accreditation to the network, recognition, publicity for the school, career development for teachers, but also the gains we identified were complicated application form and process for joining the network, limited resources for projects, and also lack of clarity on how teachers across all disciplines can be involved. And also we saw that the job that needs to be done is to improve ocean and water literacy. So what we did, we came up with GAIN creators. So we did that. We came up with the funding for projects, which most of our schools here did receive. Then we also produced resources and teaching aids for projects, which have been just presented, and also student inclusivity through use of local language and neurodiversity tools. We also came up with pain relievers, which were simplified application form and process for joining the network, also a clear communication channels, allowing teachers to ask questions in their preferred language. This was also on our website. There is an email. You can always, you could also ask questions. Even this will go on for the next 7 years to be open, and you always get feedback. And also the products and services that were provided was funding, resources. Those are teaching resources, and then also the code design, where we put together co-designed the institutional roadmaps. And so that brings us to the ProBleu pathway design and structure framework, where we developed the methodology for Blue Schools, co-creating pathways towards impact. And together we had co-creation sessions with over 70 schools, and participants all received certifications, and this helped them to co-create their institutional roadmaps. And this is a sustainability anchor as well, so for the Blue School projects. And then also this has been published in the official handbook for co-creating Blue Schools activities, specifically designed to contribute to the EU mission objectives. And so this will also be found on our website. And if you can move to the next slide. Thank you. And then we had the resource evaluation and quality assurance, where we had over 32 schools participate in the survey. And we looked at the teaching aids and resource catalog, which we created. This created a curated subject-based inventory of project ideas and scientific resources. The focus was on inclusivity and accessibility adaptations to ensure that a diverse span of student participation. And in February 2026, we had the feedback loop where we had a scale gathered insight from responding schools across 31 countries, not 21, high quality standards. The survey results indicated that there was a high satisfaction with clarity of the NEBS criteria and these streamlined application processes. And so with that, we can see on the next slide that we had the survey where we have schools that responded to the overall assessment of the ProBleu guidance. And some of the things that were the criteria looking at in the survey were reduced barriers to participation, enhanced ocean mission understanding, rated quality as good, as well as supported sustainability, likelihood to continue with the NIBS, and likelihood to continue with the NIBS ranked high, as well as supported sustainability. So as you can see on the graphs here, most schools did identify that they will have a likelihood to continue with the NIBS, as well as supported sustainability ranked high. Also, we looked into the engagement with the ProBleu guidance and some of the resources that were created, like email template, sign-off template, brainstorming worksheets, co-creation workshops, ProBleu catalog, subject-based ideas, and inclusivity guidance. Here also inclusivity guidance ranked high, followed by subject-based ideas, and then the ProBleu catalog. And then also other resources were ranked. So this will be found all this will be found in the deliverable on our webpage, on our website. And so for more information and reading on how the survey worked, this will all be found in the deliverables that will be on the website. So that brings me to the end of the presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Aisha. We give the floor to our colleague Egle, and we talk about the service.
Hello, everyone. And as you know, we had a survey to explore what are the impacts of the project, and if we do something as you did, right? Implementing projects, implementing activities. So what is the impact of these activities? So I would shortly present the findings of the survey and just to a bit speak about how many answers we got and what are the findings, and also what are recommendations. So as you see from this slide, we had quite a good participation of schools and school children in our surveys, and we implemented the survey in 34 primary schools and 63 secondary schools. So in total, the survey has been distributed among school children of 97 schools. Also, the survey was not just the only tool to assess the impact and reflect the feedback from the project that different projects that you implemented. So also we had interviews with school administration and teachers. Of course, we could not do this in person, but all interviews were made via online tools. So in total, we had 38 answered interviews 38 from school administration and from 21 countries, and also 62 interviews from school teachers from 23 countries. So in total, we had 100 interviews, and that covered 24 countries. Next, please. Actually, speaking about the monitoring and assessment of ocean and water literacy, we focused on 5 major dimensions. First of all, speaking about knowledge and awareness, then attitudes, behaviors, and emotional connection to the ocean and water topic, and communication. And in order to better understand the teaching and learning methods in ProBleu projects, we also included a dimension of open schooling, exploring how, what kind of methods you used in these projects, and how school children are satisfied, and what is the feedback from the different methods used in these projects. As you see, in major cases, we got a positive increase in knowledge. So actually, almost all, in all cases, that was a positive significant increase. Also, I would say the major benefit probably was the increase in behaviors, because after the projects, school children from primary and secondary schools reported that they use or do trash disposal more frequently. So they threw the trash into the trash bins, and also they participate in the disposal. Also, speaking about communication sources, we see that in many cases, what was significant, so the use of websites and online videos in the projects, and a little bit less of social media, I would say. Next, please. Speaking about schooling methods, open schooling methods in primary schools, we noticed that there was some an increase in classroom assignments, also homework, and especially in working in the project with others. So these were the major increases in primary schools. Speaking about secondary schools, what we noticed, and it's a bit interesting to see, that visits to museums and exhibitions even decreased, not increased. So probably for secondary schools, the activities have been focused not on the museums or exhibitions, but more on doing hands-on workshops, and as you see, working in project. That was the major increase. Next, please. Also, from the interviews with school children, with school teachers, sorry, we see that there are some learning outcomes that are related to ocean and water literacy, and these learning outcomes have been achieved through project activities. School teachers mostly mentioned that school children acquired knowledge, new knowledge about ocean, about climate, about sustainability. Also, development of values was very important, like responsibility, care for the environment. Also, more than 80% reported that collaboration skills increased, and in these projects, there were used such methods as teamwork, shared tasks, and so on. And also, more than 80% of school teachers also reported that local environment citizenship was very important, that not just projects they have involved also local communities, not just have been implemented in schools, but went broader and included also other stakeholders from local communities. Next, please. The interviews with school representatives, school administration representatives also showed that speaking about the efforts of schools to reduce carbon footprint and combat pollution, mostly focused on the use of eco-friendly materials in the workshops that the projects were doing. Also, more than 70% of respondents, interviewees reported that there was an attempt to minimize or avoid single-use plastics, and also raising awareness about environmental impacts about the participants. So not just school children, but also families and broader community. Next, please. To summarize the impacts on school interventions, I would like to emphasize that from the findings, we can develop some recommendations for the schools that further strengthen water literacy. Educational programs should prioritize teacher-led classroom engagement and collaborative projects, because both age groups showed growing preference for learning not just in school settings, but working with peers and working with in open schooling environments. Also, strategies for both primary and secondary schools should be specifically designed to target and strengthen the internal self-efficacy, that school children feel responsible, feel empowered to take actions, and this empowerment comes through hands-on workshops, trials, and seeing what is the impact of their activities. Also, the survey results show that activities such as lessons delivered by scientists, visits to universities, and project-based collaboration have a very positive impact on engagement and the learning outcomes. So specifically, that was noticed in primary school, among primary schools and among primary school children. Also, while school-based and collaborative learning methods have increased, the decline in activities such as museums visits, outdoors learning, and like certain informal learning channels suggest a need for a more balanced approach, that it is recommended not just focus on excursions as the major open schooling method, but also to include project activities and other activities that diversify learning methods by combining formal instructions and with these interactive cultural and outdoors experiences. Also, interview findings suggest that future developments of ProBleu and similar, not just ProBleu, but also we have sister projects and with similar goals, and these initiatives should continue to prioritize project formats that allow significant implementation time. because school teachers also reported the time frames that if there is more time to implement the projects, the results are better and school children are more engaged. Also, findings support continued emphasis on experimental and open schooling pedagogies. So future calls, including guidance documents and support materials, should continue to encourage schools to design projects that move learning beyond the classroom and connect the students with a real environment, and especially with local communities and other external actors. So these were some insights from the school surveys and interviews with teachers, but also you can read everything and much more in our deliverables that are on website. So who are interested in learning more, please download its open access deliverable, and you can read much more.
Thank you very much, Egli. It's been very interesting to have these results, and thank you very much to the schools that took the time to answer all the questionnaires, because we know that you are very busy. And thank you very much for the effort. So let's move to the next section of this event. I don't know if you all know that we are not alone in this Blue Schools world. We are 3 projects. We have 2 sister projects that are working on the same topic than us. One is SURE, and the second one is BlueLightS. They started after us. We were the first project on being launched, but we are the 3 of us working on the same page, trying to promote the network of European Blue Schools and the ocean and water literacy in the school system. I recommend you to go to their websites and check a little bit who they are. SURE and BlueLightS also offered funding calls as we did, but the schools that receive one of ProBleu funding cannot apply to the other fundings because of this. Because we want to fund as much as schools as we can in Europe and associated countries. In the case of SURE, the calls finish, and the project is also ending this summer. But BlueLightS will last until mid-2027, and they are just now they just launched their last call for grants. We cannot apply to this call, but maybe you know other schools around you or with whom you are connected that can apply to this funding. So it will like if you can help us to spread the word about this, it will be helpful. As our sister projects have created several educational resources that can be very helpful for you, and we want to share it with you. We recommend you to go into the SURE community platform, where you will find, for example, a footprint calculator or several games related to water and ocean literacy. Also, they organize monthly different webinars and you can participate. For example, the 26th of May, there will be this one about the Mission Ocean in practice, talking about policy related to Blue Schools or to Blue education. And I recommend you to subscribe to their newsletter if you want to be updated about their news, because they are continuously creating educational materials that can be very useful for you. In the case of BlueLightS, it's also the same. They have an educational platform too. This platform is like a forum, like Facebook, the Facebook style, where you can interact with people. in this platform, you will find also a lot of educational resources that you can upload, different teaching units, for example. And this platform is not just for teachers, it's also for people interested in Blue education. There's people from research centers, universities, NGOs, companies related to education. So it's a good way to connect with other people interested on this topic as you. We recommend you also to check the library that they have with all these resources. And they also organize monthly meetings or monthly webinars. In the next one is the 28th of this month, and it's about Blue Education Framework, about teacher training and professional development. So I strongly recommend you to attend it. And if you cannot attend to these webinars from Shore or from BlueLightS, I recommend you to go to their YouTube pages where you will find all the recordings of these sessions because they are really, really interesting. As BlueLightS is the one that will last one extra year, I recommend you to subscribe to their newsletter and be in contact with them because you are a ProBleu school, but you are a Blue school, so they can support you also, no matter if you are not a funded project of them. Okay. Also, as ProBleu is also thinking on which legacy we leave from the project, we collaborate with another European project that is called PHAROS, which is working on the Arctic and Atlantic basin. And in this case, what we are doing is to use all the knowledge that we created in ProBleu to promote Blue schools in this basin, in the Atlantic and the Arctic basin. So one of the things that we are doing is to create activities to engage the schools in this basin. So if you are located in the Atlantic or Arctic areas, we encourage you to participate in this event, this challenge that we will launch next week. Is a seasonal biodiversity snapshot, like a kind of collaborative challenge where we engage schools from this area to go to the field, to the aquatic ecosystems around the schools and take pictures of biodiversity and upload it to Minka, into this project to try to map the biodiversity of these ecosystems in all the Atlantic and Arctic basins on a collaborative way, no? And then with this data, we can compare what we find in every region to see. You can do projects with your students to see, oh, they are far from us, but maybe they are watching the closest species, the same species, or no, or they are watching different species than us. And this can promote also the collaboration with the schools and maybe future projects together to put in contact schools. So this challenge will be in Minka. You can create your own user in Minka and go into this challenge and join this challenge. And there will be several educational resources to work on this. And we will send you all this information through ProBleu email, as I send you this information of today's event. We will send you also this information. So if you are in these basins, I encourage you to participate on it. We are at the end of the session and we want to finish talking about the connection that we have around the world with other Blue schools. Blue schools is not only a thing that is happening in Europe and associated countries, it's a global movement. There's a global network of Blue schools that we've been involved from the beginning. It's led by the IOC UNESCO, that it's based in Venice, in Italy. Now, around the world, there are more than 60 countries joining this network with more than 2,600 schools. And as you can see in the map, there are schools in all the continents, more or less. And they are working now to join the network, countries like Chile, Kenya, Fiji, Austria, and China. So bit by bit, the Blue Schools movement is spreading all over the world, and we hope that this can bring good things maybe for us, because if the politicians see that there's a lot of people in schools working on this topic, they should invest more and they should promote more of this movement and give us more resources to do things. But we are part of the network of European Blue Schools. In fact, you are part of the network of Blue Schools. This network of Blue Schools is under a big umbrella that is called the U4Ocean Coalition. It's a wide diversity of different organizations like business, different institutions, people related to the blue economy industry, to the science policy, etc. Also from the civil society. And they are all working under this coalition together. And the coalition has like 3 different sections. The first one is the U4Ocean platform that I recommend you to go into and check a little bit which institutions are in this platform. And then we have the Youth for Ocean Forum, where all the people, the young people that want to be change makers are connected from different countries to promote the blue literacy in their countries. So they have like a common goal. They have the common goal of promoting this healthy ocean in their areas. So if your students are over 16 years old, they can join this Youth for Ocean platform and be one of these Youth for Ocean these youth ambassadors. And also the third section is the network of European Blue Schools. But now it's developing the new expansion strategy that will be in the following months. They are also thinking on the criteria to become Blue Schools, after the experience that they have. And they are uploading a set of new educational resources that you can find on their website. So I recommend you to go into their website and check a little bit what's the network and what the network can offer to you. Now, these are the numbers of the network, the European network. We are 1,164 schools, blue schools certified in European countries, and 272 in associated countries. So we are about 1,500 blue schools certified from more than 27 EU member states. As you can see, France is the country with the biggest number of blue schools, followed by Spain, then Greece, and Italy, very close to Spain, and then Romania and Portugal. So bit by bit, this network is increasing. And at the beginning of this year, we reached the number of more than 1,000, and we expect to get 2,000 in the following years. Bit by bit, it's increasing, and this is thanks to you, to your engagement, to your motivation, but also because you shared with other schools around you what's been a blue school, and this has helped us to engage new schools into the network. The network now is collaborating with a European project called Algae for Schools. That is very interesting. It's creating educational materials to talk about algae. And maybe in the following month, you will hear more about this. Also, the network is collaborating regarding to training with the Next Blue Generation project that is promoting blue economic areas. So they are doing webinars, game, a massive open online course for teachers. So that's definitely a project that you have to follow and check, because it can be very interesting. Also, if you are you have students that don't know what to study, what to do in their future. This is a project that can inspire them. And also the network of European Blue Schools, it's collaborating with BlueLightS to spread this funding. But also today they are in Cyprus because it's the European Maritime Day, and they are doing several workshops and regarding to blue schools there in the island for the Cyprus schools, but also other people that it's attending this big European event. If you're a school located in the Baltic area, the network is launching a challenge. It's a video challenge. You have to create, or your students have to create videos to explain what's the Baltic Sea for them and how it's the Baltic Sea, to give visibility to this sea. So if you're a school in this area, please go into this website and check it. And also, the network is participating on the European Marine Spatial Planning Week. They will do several workshops connecting marine spatial planning with ocean literacy, and there will be some teacher travel grant. So if you are part of this network, you will have received this information. And the last thing is that if you are not already part of the network, if you are not already certified as a Blue School, don't worry. All the ProBleu-funded Blue Schools will be certified automatically as Blue Schools in these following days. We send all your information to the network to help them to certify you. So in some days you will receive the notification that you are a Blue School. Remember that if you are collaborating with other schools in the project, they will not be certified automatically because we don't have their data. They should do the normal process of applying to become a Blue School in the Blue Schools website that is open until the 30th of May. So if you have this case, if you are collaborating with other schools, please tell them to apply with the same project to the network of Blue Schools. And what happens when you are certified? The first is that you will receive a diploma that it says that you are a Blue School with the name of your project and the year, the school year. And this diploma can be renewed every year. It's not compulsory. We recommend you to renew it yearly because the process of applying to become a Blue School is very, very simple, and it takes just 15-20 minutes. It's something not difficult. After this diploma, this is the digital diploma, you will receive also an email asking you to register in the Maritime Forum website. And in this Maritime Forum, you will have a dedicated website, dedicated page to your project. It will be showcased. You will also be invited to become part of the Facebook group of the European Network and also to the ISEP e-twinning group. In this group, if you are participating on Erasmus projects, you will be into this group also. The idea is that this is a group of the Maritime Forum where you can share with other schools. You can do twinning with them. Every month also you will receive a newsletter from the network, except on summer, that they stop as you. But in this newsletter, you will find the updates of the number of Blue Schools that are in the network, the new resources that are created. For example, now there's a project related to seagrass meadows that it's creating several teaching units that that are freely available. And you will receive opportunities of funding, for example, or opportunities of participating in contest or challenge. So a lot of resources will be sent in this newsletter. So it's important to be on it. And also your school will be showcased in the European Atlas of the seas. This is the map that you will see in the Atlas. Every green point is one of the blue schools. You can see that the Mediterranean area, by the moment, it's very engaged with blue schools. We hope that the northern area of Europe and the central will be more engaged in the future month. But your school will be in this map. If you are not already in this map and you have been certified in this year, in 2026, don't worry. They update this map every 6 months. So because of this, the new schools from 2026, from this last call, are not already in the map, but you will be in the following month. Okay. And also, this is the web page. This is an example of the web page that every school has on the Maritime Forum website, where your project is showcased with the name of your school, the year where you did it, your website if you have one, and a little bit of explanation of your project. And some schools have said that they want to be contacted by other schools, and you can find their contacts. So it's a good way to visualize the work that you do. Okay. And that's all from our side. I want to give the floor to Luigi Ceccaroni, which is the ProBleu scientific coordinator.
Thank you, Eli. Thanks everyone to stay online till now. It was kind of a long session, and I would like to say, thank you to all my colleagues that were here. Some of them spoke, other ones were just in the shadow, but we all contributed to this amazing project. So ProBleu is coming to an end, and it will be a change. It will be a change for us. It will be a change for our relation with you. So this is also a goodbye. During the last 3 years, we have been working hard on this project behind the scenes, and let's say the funding from the European Union and our work made possible the direct funding of 111 schools, which you represent. And it was amazing. It was amazing because I traveled all around Europe and beyond Europe. I met a lot of you. Some of you are here. Other ones became Blue Schools because we reached out directly. At the beginning, it was very difficult to reach out to schools in some of the countries. Think that we have been working in 40 countries. And some of these countries, as some of you know, a very difficult way of administering funding and also making contact sometimes from the European Union to schools outside of the European Union was difficult. I had to travel to Morocco, to Tunisia, to Eastern Europe, but at the end it was a success. It was a success, and your projects demonstrate this success. So what I wanted to say is that we will go on disseminating, making publicity of your projects. You will see maybe your project featured in places that we don't know yet, but there will be a lot of publicity about this, because this is a very good example about what we can do in terms of increasing the ocean and water literacy, as we call it. So it's not just you. I understand that when you work in your school, in your project, we funded between 2,000 and 10,000 euros per schools. You did great things with a very small amount of money, but it's not just your school. You have to understand that from our point of view, from the point of view of the European Union, your schools are just an example for many other schools to follow. So we will not change the state of our environment. We will not change the quality of the water globally with just 111 schools. We need to disseminate your results. We need to amplify the success of your schools to many other schools in Europe and many other schools all over the world. Our funding was limited. We couldn't go beyond these 40 countries, but we need to do it. We need to do to school. We need to go to schools in Asia. We need to go to schools in Africa. We need to go to schools in South America, because water problems, water challenges are global, are not just found within the European Union or around this small part of the world. So this was just the beginning of some of the work that we will be committed to go on and expanding, not through ProBleu, because ProBleu is finishing, but through other projects. As Gennady was saying, there is already another project that is kind of taking on the baton. Eli also mentioned other projects. We have our sister projects. So there are a lot of initiatives. And again, we are very grateful for you to be at the forefront of this efforts, of this, let's say, evolution of the way in which we relate to water. So another thing that I wanted to say is that, big projects like ProBleu, when they finish, people start to disappear. So we will be stay here for some time, but at the end of the year, probably most of the people will be dedicating their time to other things. But don't worry about keeping contact with us. So I pasted in the chat my 2 emails. So even when the project is finished, whatever you need, if you need something and you don't find a contact, just write to me, and I'll find a way to direct your inquiry or answer your questions. We will be here. We will not be working on ProBleu, but we will still be here, and we will still be available to support you and to help you in the future. I think that, for me it was an amazing experience, from writing the project to implementing the project to getting in touch with all of you, and to finally be able to show to the European Union that we have very committed schools that use the public funding to make progress in the way in which they linked all this water literacy with the education in their schools, in their institutes, with their children. I mean, I've been in schools in several countries, and the teacher showed me amazing things that they were doing in their classes with the children. I've seen children of all ages that became even more committed. And I have to say that at the end, the responsibility has been the one of the teachers. I mean, you are the ones that really can change, can make things happen in the schools. We can facilitate somehow, but at the end, who makes the real change is you, is the teacher in the school. So thank you again, and have a good rest of your projects. Have a big success in all your activities. And again, if you have any doubt, any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. Bye.
Thank you, Luigi. If somebody wants to say something, this is the moment, the last minutes. Just open your microphone and talk. Feel free.
Thank you for
Nick from the
everything.
Netherlands, so sorry. We just ended our project, and it was amazing. We went to the top of the Rhine in Switzerland with 45 children, and we've been examining the water quality all along the Rhine. It's really important for our drinking water in the Netherlands. So it was really amazing for them to see from, hey, where comes the water, and what is the pollution status. This was very, very good project. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi,
Natalina, you wanted to say something?
yeah, I would also like to say, like water properties, we also worked on that. We did it in our school pond, which is very nearby. We didn't do any excursions. We did visit an aquarium, but I mean, we stayed close to our school. But now we ended up on the call of Horizon 2030 program, thanks to this work. So I'm very grateful for this scholarship. We could try out some new theories, and now we can build on that and try even more. So I'm very happy to have participated in this call.
Very happy to hear this.
Hello from Nodur Gozo in Malta. Our school also participated, and the children really enjoyed the activities that we done with the ProBleu. And thank you for your help and support throughout the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Natalina. Somebody else? No. Aisha?
Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, our scientific coordinator, Luigi. It has been amazing working with all the schools. Last month, I came across during the School World Forum in Oxford. I came across this group of professors at the university that developed this wonderful project. It's called the Oxtrack. It's measuring growth, empowering teachers, and it's basically a platform that is a groundbreaking assessment system designed to measure, record, track, and support the professional growth of teachers. And so when I saw that their work is really well aligned with our ProBleu work that we've been doing, I introduced ProBleu to them, and they were really interested to get to know more about ProBleu and how they can leverage on the support and support the teachers who have been with the ProBleu project. And so they were really interested to see how they can synchronize with the NEBS and this Oxtrack platform. And so they requested if we can have a synergy and that the educators of the ProBleu project come on board with the Oxtrack. It will be something that is great for the sustainability and the long run for the teachers to continue even the legacy of ProBleu through the Oxtrack. So maybe we can be discussing this further with Ellie and the entire team, and then maybe if some emails can come through about the Oxtrack and how you can join hands with this platform. That's what I wanted to share with us.
Thank you, Aisha. It's very nice to see how other projects see the interest, no, and collaborating with us and see the ways of this promoting this legacy, no, of continuing working on
Yeah,
this.
I'll be sending through the email, Ellie, and see how we can support the teachers even further with this more Oxtrack project.
Thank you.
Serife?
Serife? You are mute.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
It was an incredible journey for me and my colleague, project management, our teacher, math teacher, Fadime Parlak Dilbaz. We have learned and enjoyed in this project. We have experienced project-based learning, and nice to meet you.
Where are you from, Serife?
Şerife.
Where are you from? Where are you connecting from?
From Turkey.
Nice.
Kayseri, Turkey.
In Turkey, the network of Blue Schools it has increased a lot in the last 3 years, so it's amazing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
See
Chair.
you. We hope we see you again in other projects because we are very happy to take part in this platform.
Thank you. Yeah, this is very important, no, that you try to stay as much as connected to our sister projects and the network, because we think that in the future there will be a lot of things moving around Blue Schools, so it's important to be connected.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so if there are no more people that want to say something, we can leave it here and leave you go to eat lunch or to the classroom. Thank you very much to all of you that attended and that have been until the end of the session. And let's stay connected.
Yes. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.